Hi everyone. The purpose of this little video is so that everybody can have a look at this. I'm not going to be able to, no doubt, catch up with everybody tomorrow because some of you will be in class, etc. And it's also to give a bit of history of the gateway because I think there's some confusion and I'm actually not sure why there's confusion, but let me just do this and then maybe it will all make more sense and we can take it from there. Okay, so what I want to do is log in and show you from the point of a new student. So I'm logging in as this student. Now when you log in, you go straight to the My Courses page, and this student, as you can see, is not enrolled in anything, and that looks really tacky, and maybe that's because I've got the window not full screen because I'm trying to record this. So what you would be doing is giving your student the name, the qualification name that they're going to be enrolling in, and the enrollment key. So a student would type in that, find the courses, they would see it there, and they're going to enroll, and I'll talk about why there's an enrollment key in a minute. So I've already put that in previously, and the student just clicks enroll me in that course. Now remember, they weren't enrolled in any courses whatsoever in Moodle, and what I want you to notice is they are now enrolled in 3. So they've been enrolled in the Cert 2, which is what they put in, and they're also now automatically been enrolled in the higher level of the gateways. So let's just go through those and talk about I guess some of the purpose and the thoughts behind these. Now, I don't know why, I guess I started working with animal studies, and this is where, you know, all of this stuff came about. There's been, you know, months and months and months of work done. Initially, some of it was brainstorming with the guys in animal studies, with David, with Joe, you know, finding out what it is that was wanted, and this gateway was very clearly agreed upon, and I don't think there's any issues with that. And I guess then LMU were asked to create the banners, and then I was very much involved with them in setting up some prototypes which were then shown to everybody, agreed upon, and then work was done. So in that time, there, as I said, there was months of work, there was hours of discussion. It included people from LMU like Bev Puckridge and other people there. I went and spoke to Rob Davenport. We brainstormed how this might work and what some of the issues were around it. And I guess one of the big things that we all ended up agreeing on was to draw a very big distinction between Moodle, which is a learning management system, and the TAFE SA site, which is where all the courses are advertised. So you'll notice in this, I'm just going to drag this down, this is the high level VASC gateway. You'll notice there is a paragraph down here that says there is a range of courses suitable for different levels. Click here if you are interested in finding out about these courses. And you can see it very clearly goes through the TAFE SA site, and again, conscious decision that that was made because you don't want to be duplicating material, and you want to make a very clear distinction. Moodle is for enrolled students. It's not a place for students that are interested in looking at what other courses are available to them. That's what this site is for. There is very clearly a section here for you guys that lists all of the courses and what they can do to be involved in those if they're interested in looking at these. This is where someone needs to be responsible to keep this information up to date. And if you want more information, then it's up to you guys to make sure that that information gets included in here. But this is the place for information about other courses, not Moodle. Moodle is really where students are enrolled. They're enrolled in whatever qualifications they're doing, and then in particular what competencies they're meant to be doing. And again, it's about tracking, it's about accountability, it's about being able to communicate. So that was another big thing when these gateways were designed. So let me go down to the next level, which is the laboratory operations. And I want to point out the forums, which you would have already seen. Now, the forum at this level, and this is another reason you want students enrolled, you don't just want random people coming in, or, you know, this is why it's so important to have enrolment keys. Because this is where anyone that has enrolled in any one of your qualifications will automatically be enrolled in here. And this is where you can send out a message to all of your students, all of your currently enrolled students. So just say there was an accident in the laboratory and there'll be no classes tomorrow. This is where you can automatically send out that message. So it's a way to quickly communicate. So there's no reason that this paragraph that has been included here, sorry, that's email coming through. There's no reason this paragraph here could not be included in each of these levels. There's no reason another topic couldn't be put there and have that there. Again, to reinforce that if you're interested in having a look at other courses, go and have a look at them on the TAFE SA site. So a student will pick their qualification. And as I said, I don't believe, and this was the decisions we came, that a student should be logging into any other course but the one they're enrolled in. And again, you'll see there is a forum set up here for you to communicate with anybody that is enrolled in Certificate 2. So again, this is another reason not to have students in here that aren't in Certificate 2. Because it just gets confusing for them. They get overwhelmed. They've got courses listed down the left that they're not involved in. It really confuses the issue. And I think you can see that it's fairly straightforward here. These are the courses that the students enrolled in. They're the courses they're meant to be enrolled in. And if they were to go into these competencies and enroll in those, they would be listed there as well. So at any time, a student can go back up to this level. Now, this level is probably, David, your responsibility to be putting some information in these blocks, for example, student handbooks, etc. I would ask that if you haven't got information to put in at this level, to hide the block rather than to delete this text. The point of the text is to make it very clear what's meant to be in there. So yeah, someone at the higher level would be responsible for putting something that is relevant across all of the faculties, and then Peter or whoever the, I don't know who the appropriate person is, should be putting in material, and that's probably timetables, I guess, for laboratories or whatever it might be, what uniform they have to wear or anything like that should be going in here so that everybody across laboratory gets to see that information. And the really important thing is that you're not duplicating. And then here in Certificate 2, this may well be where your timetables are at this level. So again, important that students are not enrolled in qualifications that have nothing to do with them. You're going to just have confusion happening. So again, this is where just things for this Certificate 2 would be put in here. The other thing is, at this level, at the qualification level, if I was to unenroll at this point, that would unenroll me from all three of these as well. As when they enrolled in this, they automatically got enrolled in these two. If they unenroll, they automatically get unenrolled from those two. I guess the other point I want to make, because I noticed in one of them a participants block had been put in on the right hand side. In the design of these, and bear in mind this is across the whole of VASC now, it's not just, the gateway should be consistent across all three. As I said, a lot of time and effort was put into coming up with this, and not saying that anything can't be changed, but it needs to be a broader decision. It needs to involve a lot more people, and I guess that's the point I want to make as well. So what we wanted to make the gateways and the qualification levels look a little different. So you'll notice there is no blocks down the right hand side, and there are these 3 blocks consistent. So the administration block, the welcome block, which would contain any pertinent material, and their My Courses block is in exactly the same for all of these gateways. They've been designed to be consistent, and that will be across animal studies, etc., etc. So yeah, that's the way they're set up. If you think there should be a participants block in there, then I think we look at that and decide at what level that is. If it is at level 3, then that gets consistent across all of them. So, and again, on the left hand side, not on the right hand side. Once you get into your individual competency, you will see, I mean, you put the blocks wherever you want, but like for animal studies, for example, we've created a template for that, and that is going to be consistent across every single competency. So that is what we're aiming for, a clean look that is consistent across the whole of VASC. This is a massive undertaking, and I can't, I guess, emphasize enough how much planning was put into this. And so lots of toing and froing, lots of feedback along the way. And so I think you guys need to be aware that decisions were made that affect the whole of VASC. And so and again, I hope I've clearly demonstrated the reasons why, and to make it very, again, separate between the TAFE SA site, which is information for students or students that perhaps are enrolled but want to look at what else is available to them, and the courses and everything else. So again, I'm very unsure, David, what the issues are, or you guys, with them finding their courses, because I think that should be very clear there for them. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, and I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. I would really appreciate that you pass this video on to others in the team as well, for them to have a look at it. Cool. Okay, talk to you tomorrow.